That dude standing in the background there with his hands above his head clapping, that's Ace Doucette, Thom Doucette, harmonica player, and kind of very nominally seventh member of the original Allman Brothers Band. We're going to talk about that in just a second, but Thom was offered the slot, a permanent slot in the Allman Brothers Band, and he turned him down. Basically did not want the hassle of being in a band. Kind of nuts. But anyway, he was really a great fan of the Allman Brothers Band in addition to being a contemporary of theirs. You've got him on solo during You Don't Love Me on At Fillmore East. He also recorded a solo during Stormy Monday that got moved out on the Fillmore sessions that they released in 2014. You've got Ace is pretty much all over the earlier parts of those sets. He was a pretty important to the band, at least in terms of their groundbreaking live album At Fillmore East. I use this photo because it's perfect to go with this quote. The music was incredible. And you'd have a night where it was like, God, I cannot play, I'm just beat to shit. You drag yourself up there and see one or two other guys, they're dragging, and you figure, we'll just try to get through this. Well, that fucking first chord would hit and forget it, man. It was like doing a fucking speed bomb. And there would always be one guy in the band who would have a little extra pop that would push the next guy, and he'd get some pop, and it would start off a chain reaction. I don't know how many dates I did with those guys, I guess 100 or so, and I never heard them play even remotely bad, ever. I've never played with anyone like that since, before, who did it every time. Not just musically correct, but energy and creativity every fucking time. That's Ace Doucette. He's up there. This photograph is from Skidmore College. Very interesting, and I'm working on something with a buddy, Davis. Shout out to you there were like a whole bunch of photographers at this show. This one's from Kathy Hurley, who shot the Allman Brothers Band several times, including Duane's last show ever. You got Dickie in the foreground here, but just checking out Ace, just digging the band here. What I'm going to do when I finish, I've collected a whole bunch of photographs from Ace, and I've got some quotes and stuff, some other things that he said from various clips that I've put together. I'm just going to give it to you all at once, and then I'm going to put underneath it, probably Don't Keep Me Wondering, which I just love how he plays on that, how his harmonica sounds on it, just super overdriven and fits, complements so well Duane's slide style, which he was seeking a harmonica tone. All right, let's get to that seventh member thing. If you've stuck with me this long, because I got a question the other week about Duane Allman's radio interview with Dave Herman at WABC in December of 1970, and he mentions they had hired a seventh member, and a lot of people thought that was Ace. It was not. Interestingly enough, that was Bobby Caldwell, who was the drummer at that point for Johnny Winter, and Bobby Caldwell had played with the Allman Brothers at Fillmore East, actually played with the Allman Brothers at Fillmore East later that spring. Allman Brothers ran in the same touring circle as Johnny Winter, and came across Bobby Caldwell a whole bunch. Duane actually offered him a slot in the band during his trip to New York in December when he ends up doing this interview. He's drunk in this interview, and he doesn't let fly any name or anything else. And like I said, for years people thought it was Ace, but it's definitely Bobby Caldwell, who was with Duane at that time. I think he was staying like in a hotel right next door. Shout out EJ, who pointed that out. Alan Paul's also got that confirmed in One Way Out, his fabulous biography of the Allman Brothers Band. So I wanted to, clarify that too. Ace turned down the slot. You will hear at the very end of Stormy Monday on the original At Fillmore East, you will hear Barry Oakley say, Brother Duane Allman singing the blues, and then it gets faded very quickly, but he finishes by saying Duane, Dickie, and Ace playing him. So there's Ace Doucette, nominal seventh member of the Allman Brothers Band. Lives around Sarasota, Florida, I think still to this day. Incredible character, incredible part of this story who really gets it. So that quote's there for y'all. Again, I'm going to put some more quotes for you just so you can have some fun with Ace and put some music here to piece a little something together. All right. Long live the Allman Brothers Band. Quickly, before we get to the music, I realize I didn't clarify The band turned Duane down when he suggested bringing in Bobby Caldwell, and it never happened. Second point I want to make, this is actually, I put the Stormy Monday solo that got removed from At Fillmore East sessions. That's what you're about to listen to.